Right, 1005, good luck. So we've not played before, no head-to-head score. Opponent only 28 games, mainly blitz player. Actually, there's only 90 odd in that as well. Okay, let's just play our normal carol. Plenty of options for white. You can take, you can push, you can develop a knight. They're the most common moves. Okay, choose to take. So the correct move is to take with a pawn. Sometimes I'll go with the queen just to get out of the more standard theory. Mainly in the shorter time controls, but it is rapid, so I'll play the right principled move here. Now we're just going to try and develop here. He's gone with the bishop with a check, so we'll just block. He can take, again, he can develop. Pawn, plenty of options. Okay, plays knight up. That's a good, sensible move. So knight up is a good reply. We're just overprotecting our pawn, but developing our pieces at the same time. I'm just trying to debate if I want to keep the bishop behind or get it out of the chain. So knight up with a view to knight up is perfectly good for our opponent. So I'll go a little bit cautiously. Just play pawn up with a view to bishop up, castle, that sort of idea. So we get this type of position against lots and lots of different players at all different rating levels. So we're just aiming to castle now. So he does have bishop down. He is slightly annoying. We might end up dropping the bishop back at some point. Also, it depends what our opponent does. That's exactly what he's played. So for now, I'll just attack the bishop and see if he drops back or takes, or indeed drops back this way. He goes that side. Okay, I'll commit to castling. I'm still perfectly able to drop the bishop back to break this pin. He's playing the opening phase really well so far. Excuse me. It's very much allergy pollen season for me here right now. I feel fine, but I do get a bit croaky this time of year. He's played pawn down, perfectly good move. I can develop my bishop to cover the knight, but he might be intending to simply drop back. What do I want to do? I think I'll actually attack the bishop and see if he wants to take or drop back. There is real main options. He could go back that way. He's gone that side. Okay. I'll advance the pawn then and just kick the bishop back again. Now I've got to decide where this one's going to go. It'd be nice to come this way. I don't see it happening quite just yet. Is queen up a move allow this? I don't really want to do that, do I? So I'll spend a move coming back. Just go on that more cautious side. We could even potentially think of sacking a pawn. Say the queen comes in, just get the position opened up. He's playing it really well, actually. Really, really well. So I will develop the bishop here. Just put it on the die. We'll get it developed so we can now move the rooks if we choose to. Queen up to put pressure on the pawn could be a move. I say knight up just to go for a pawn sack. We've got knight here to hit the bishop. He can drop or he can let us trade. So it could be a good candidate move. A pawn up there. So we should be able to play knight across here now and force a trade of the bishop. If you go here, we can take. If you take, we can take. But if we do that, it might walk into a tactic. We can't take back here. So that's a bit annoying. So I'm actually going to go here and look at that move and attack the bishop. Maybe jump the knight in. Depends what opponent does. He's playing this really, really, really well so far for a 1000 level player. Tremendously good. Let's develop our rook. So we can jump in here now, maybe coming back towards the center. Excuse me. Yeah. You've got to be careful with some of these lines. You think you're just trading, but do actually allow tactics because your pawn can't take back. So knight takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. So he's come forward attacking us there. Now he's actually hung his knight, so we can take it, but he does take our own knight as well. But it could still be worth doing because it breaks the pawn structure. And we should at least win a pawn. So I'm going to go for that. I'll take this knight. He'll take here. And then we can just figure out if we want to take this pawn. Or say we want to now jump the knight forward and deal this bishop. That looks, oh excuse me, safer now. Knight in now, and if he takes and we take, bishop takes, we've covered it. We can now take back because the other knight has gone. So that looks like a good move. We protect the rook in the process. If he drops back, we can take here. So I'm just going to go here. I'll pre-move in case he takes. Let's hope we don't do any flips doing the odd pre-move. I don't normally do pre-moves in rapid games, just in case. If you do a mouse flip like that, you pre-move queen going forward and he happens to just take quickly, you've lost a piece and then a second piece, and then given the amount of time on the clock, it can easily go wrong. Yeah, let's just cancel that pre-move. But there is main moves, take or drop back. I mean, it is kind of protected, but two pieces attack it and only one protects it, so he really probably wants to take. And then we just got to figure out a plan. Oh, he's just missed it, so he's allowed us to take the bishop. Yeah, he's a bit unfortunate. He's seen it's protected, but he's missed maybe the second piece is covering. And now we're just crashing through here if he doesn't trade. So we're near the end of this game now, or we should be. We've played really terrific, Andy, for a 1000 versus a 2100. Tremendous effort. Really, really good. Yeah, the system shouldn't really pair you up when there's quite such a rating gap, to be fair, but that's up to the system, not up to me. I just play these games in the arena tournament so you get a nice range of opponents by rating. Okay, he's taken, so we're going to capture back. So he needs to just see that we're attacking the pawn twice here. He can defend it with, say, rook across. Don't bring the queen up though, because the rook covers that square. And then maybe from our point we can try and look to play the rook across here, just to put gentle pressure on. So he's guarded it with the rook again. It looks like a nice move. Maybe we can take a pawn, freeing up the square for the knight to attack everything. So that's the move I'm looking at here. And we attack the bishop and the pawn as well. And the queen can always run away if needed, so I see no reason to think too much there. We create a threat here, but it's also a bit of a distraction because the knight can attack all three major pieces. That's how brutal chess can be sometimes. Just one little mistake and the position can just suddenly collapse. So he's played queen across, so we can take the bishop. We could play knight in and hit the 2, but I don't think we should. I think we should just collect the bishop. If he pushes the pawn now, we can take, and then take back and attack the 2 as well. It's just trying to spot these patterns. That's what you're trying to do. And then, like I said, another good move, rook across. Just go for your simple moves, piece development. Try and get the pieces into the game, but keeping your king safe. Okay, I played rook across to challenge our rook, looking for the trade. That's a logical move. It's a good move, but it equally makes good sense for us to take there. We're not threatening to crash here now. He just needs to take. He's protected that, so I'm just going to develop that rook and put it on the open file, or the half open file here, the semi-open file. Queen back to pressure the pawns a move. Queen back here, queen back here. If we move the knight somewhere, we attack this pawn. Oh, he's gone back to a square here again. Spotting that knight pattern, we can now attack the 2, and if we take the rook, it's a check as well. It's just a bit unfortunate here. Excuse me. There could even be a tactic depending on what he does, say queen here. We could be a bit nasty and take the pawn. Queen takes and check and then collect as well. But yeah, barring, real disaster, it should be essentially over now. He's gone the other side, so we could take here, but we're just playing good principle chess. Makes sense in this position to take the rook. Now we can get our queen a little bit more active, so we'll take the pawn. And then again, just common sense moves we're looking for. So queen up to attack both pawns is good from our point of view. Queen here to be ultra solid. Bishop's not doing a lot there, but not coming under attack either. My king's perfectly safe now. So he's just trying to find a creative move. There's not much to be done. So I think maybe just taking this pawn looks good for us. There's no obvious way to check us. We're threatening a background check and then the queen to come across now, and then we can release the bishop. Excuse me. Or we could even, worst case, say he defends here. We could just give up the queen and the rook to get the queen off, his final piece off, and just run the pawns up the board. He won't be able to stop them all. You might be able to stop one or two eventually, but you won't be able to stop them all. So if you're in any doubt in a game, say he plays queen here, you can just trade. Just trade. It's completely winning. It takes away that little bit of risk of blundering some sort of repetition. Say you just, I don't know, play a pawn up and he ends up checking and checking, something like that, in the right position. So it does happen. So here, initially I'm looking at check, here check. Now if he blocks here, we're coming in for checkmate. That looks like a good finish to me. So any reason not to do that? Check, here, check. That's the only legal move, and that's check. So that should be a checkmate. He could delay it slightly by dropping the queen back, but it should be a checkmate here. Yeah, considering the 1100 point rating gap, it's been a tremendous effort, and against players of their own rating, you see my opponent's going to do really well. I'd expect this rating to climb above this level. That's a really, really good effort. Somebody who knows the basics very well, so really well done there. We'll pause so we don't accidentally start another game. I'm going to look at it like we do all our games. So 30 moves, they're the move times. See, it was a comfortable game for me there, so I was able to move a bit quicker than I normally would against a stronger opponent. But let's just see how well our opponent has done. It felt like they played a really good game. Yeah, 98% for us, but 84 for our opponent. Just 4 moves that have been flagged. Just 4. So how brutal chess isn't it? Just game turns here, move 15. The first 15 moves are just level. And then we've gained that advantage and we played a good game. Good game. That's this slight issue with the Caro though. If you're playing the Caro at any rating level, sometimes it's easier to play, not just for you but for your opponent as well. So the games can be a little bit bland, a little bit safe sometimes. But that's just the style of play that I tend to play chess. So yeah, so here the engine is saying should have just traded here. Opponent played b4, so that's actually flagged as a blunder because of the knight, even though you can take here. So it must give us a bigger advantage. So we take. Takes was correct. Knight forward is a good move, and then there, obviously you just missed the fact that the piece was double attacked but only one defended. So that's why rook to b1 is a blunder. And then it's just a case of us trying to find a way to convert now without obviously blundering the queen away or something, and then the game suddenly turns and we find a nice little checkmate to finish again. If you do lots of puzzles, you'll see this sort of checkmate pattern in puzzles as well. But a really good effort by my opponent there, so well done.